The new horror movie Stopmotion is a small indie horror movie about a girl who wants to be a stop-motion animator. She wants to kind of fulfill the legacy of her mother, because her mother is a renowned stop-motion animator, and she's helping her mom make her last film before her mother passes. However, in the middle of doing it, her mother goes into a coma, and she's left to her own vices. She doesn't know whether she should finish telling her mother's story or finally tell her own story. So she decides, you know what, I'm gonna do a new story. And she starts getting help from this little girl in the building she's living in. She develops a story about this lost girl in the woods who's hiding in a house from this man who comes 3 nights in a row hunting her down. A man called the Ash Man, this scary creature. But everything the woman does just doesn't feel right to her. Like, the girl's telling her, you gotta do more and more fucked up things. Like, oh, you make these claymation characters out of raw meat because it's gonna make them look more realistic and give them this texture and vibe that you really need. And then it evolves into, no, make it out of dead flesh from a dead animal. And this girl starts unraveling. Things that start happening to the character in her film start happening to her, and she slowly kind of eats away at herself and starts treating people in her life like shit and just becomes obsessed with their story. But she doesn't fully know how to tell the story herself. She needs the little girl to walk her through it. She realizes she doesn't really have it in her to do something original. She realizes she's a puppet and everyone else tells her what to do. And it's about breaking free from that. And I don't know. There's nothing scary about this movie. It's just a bunch of pretty boring things happening with some spooky music in the background. And there's twists, but you see them coming 10 miles ahead. And I don't know. This movie's not for me. I respect what it's trying to do, but I wouldn't rush out to check it out. But I would rush over to wherever you get your podcasts to check out my movie review podcast, Movie Toast News and Reviews. We're available wherever you get those podcasts. Thank you, and please stay toasty.